What if the United States had built a bomber that could fly at 3 times the speed of sound, at an altitude of 70,000 feet? A bomber so huge and futuristic that it looked more like a spaceship than an aircraft. This was the XB-70 Valkyrie. In the 1950s, the Cold War was getting more dangerous, and the United States wanted a bomber that could reach the Soviet Union at incredible speed and altitude. The idea was simple: fly so high and so fast that enemy fighters would never be able to catch you. North American aviation took this challenge and designed something completely different. The result was the XB-70 Valkyrie. And this aircraft was absolutely massive. It was nearly 190 feet long, with a wingspan of more than 100 feet. But its size wasn't even the most amazing thing about it. Under its enormous delta wing were 6 powerful turbojet engines. Together, they were designed to push this giant bomber to around Mach 3, more than 2,000 miles per hour. At that speed, the Valkyrie could cross huge distances incredibly quickly. But there was something even more unusual about its wings. The outer sections of the wings could actually fold downward. Why? Because at extremely high speeds, the Valkyrie could use the shock waves created by its own flight to generate additional lift. This was known as compression lift. The aircraft was literally designed to ride on its own shock waves. But building a Mach 3 bomber wasn't easy. At those speeds, friction with the atmosphere created enormous heat. The XB-70 needed special materials and an advanced design to survive the extreme conditions. And then came another problem. While the Valkyrie was being developed, the Soviet Union was developing something that could completely change the rules of the game: surface-to-air missiles. The Americans had originally believed that flying extremely high and extremely fast would make the bomber almost impossible to intercept. But missiles didn't need to chase the bomber like a fighter. They could simply climb into its flight path. Suddenly, the Valkyrie's greatest advantage wasn't as powerful as it had once seemed. The U.S. Air Force began changing its strategy. Instead of relying on huge Mach 3 bombers flying at extreme altitude, the future was moving toward low-level penetration, missiles, and eventually stealth aircraft. And because of this, the original plan for a large fleet of Valkyries was cancelled. Only 2 XB-70 prototypes were ever completed. The first one took to the skies in 1964. And when people saw it flying, it looked like something from another world. The aircraft could reach incredible speeds, but it was still an experimental machine. Then, in 1966, tragedy struck. During a formation flight, an F-104 starfighter came dangerously close to the second XB-70. The 2 aircraft collided. The F-104 was destroyed, and the XB-70 entered a deadly spin. The second Valkyrie was lost. But the first aircraft survived. Instead of becoming a bomber, it became a flying laboratory. NASA and the U.S. Air Force used it to study high-speed flight and the effects of flying at around Mach 3. It continued its research missions until 1969. The XB-70 never entered combat. It never carried nuclear weapons into battle. And it never became the giant bomber America originally imagined. But it proved something incredible. In the 1960s, the United States had already built an aircraft capable of flying at Mach 3, at an altitude of around 70,000 feet. A giant 6-engine aircraft that could travel faster than almost anything in the sky. Today, the surviving XB-70 Valkyrie sits at the National Museum of the United States Air Force. And when you look at it, one question naturally comes to mind. How did humans build something this futuristic more than 60 years ago? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more incredible stories about the world's most amazing aircraft and secret aviation projects. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.